There's a nerve in your chest whose only job is to control your voice box. Simple enough. It starts in your brain. Your voice box is in your throat, so you'd expect it to go brain, throat, done. Nope. It goes down into your chest, loops around an artery next to your heart, then comes back up. Why? Because evolution looked at the original wiring and said, yeah, we're not touching that. In a giraffe, that same nerve takes a 4.5-meter detour to get from the brain to the throat. That's not a shortcut. That's a road trip. And here's the thing. Nobody designed you. Evolution doesn't get to start over. It has to work with whatever is already there. You're basically a house that's been renovated for 400 million years by builders who never spoke to each other. Let's have a look round. Your eyes are wired backwards. The cells that catch light face away from the light. The wiring sits in front of them. So light has to push through a layer of cables before it reaches anything that can see. And the cables have to get out somehow. So there's a hole in the back of each eye. No sensors in the hole. That's your blind spot. Both eyes right now. Your brain has been quietly wallpapering over it your whole life. Never mentioned it once. Octopuses have a similar camera-style eye, but their wiring runs behind the cells. Octopus? No blind spot. Your sinuses are air pockets in your cheeks. They need to drain. The drain is near the top. It's a sink with the plug hole halfway up the wall. Fine if you spend your life face down. You stood up. Nobody moved the plug hole. That's a head cold, not illness, bad plumbing. Food and air go down the same pipe. They split at the last second, and one small flap decides which is which. Get it wrong, and dinner goes into your lungs. And we made it worse. Our voice box dropped lower, which is part of how we talk. So you can speak, and a crisp can kill you. Octopus? Doesn't choke. Your spine spent a few 100 million years lying flat, slung between 4 legs, with the organs hanging underneath it like washing on a line. Then we stood it upright. Everything slid down. That's your lower back. Your knees carry your whole weight on a hinge that only wants to bend one way, and we put them underneath us. There is an entire industry of chairs trying to fix a decision we made 4 million years ago. And being born is genuinely dangerous. Big heads, narrow hips, those two have been arguing ever since. Octopus? No back pain. Then there's the junk drawer. Goosebumps. Tiny muscles pulling your hairs upright to make you look bigger. Great trick. If you have fur. You don't. So when you're cold, your body proudly fluffs up a coat that isn't there. And then there's your tailbone. That's a tail. We just stopped using it. You can't make your own vitamin C. Most mammals can. Our ancestors ate so much fruit that the gene broke, and nobody noticed for tens of millions of years. Then we got on boats. Then everybody noticed. Your wisdom teeth are 4 extra molars for a jaw that got smaller and forgot to cancel the order. And hiccups might be the oldest thing in the drawer. One idea is that the reflex comes from animals that gulped water over gills. It's only a theory, but something down there is very old. Octopus? No wisdom teeth. Let's just take a moment for the octopus. Eyes wired properly, doesn't choke, no spine to ruin, no wisdom teeth. And us? Backwards eyes, uphill sinuses, one pipe doing 2 jobs. A spine we stood on its end, and 4 teeth nobody ordered. At this point, you have to ask why we ever left the sea. So no, you are not well made. But here's the thing. If somebody had designed you from scratch, none of this would be here. No road trip around the heart. No backwards eyes. No plug hole halfway up the wall. The flaws aren't the embarrassing part. They're the evidence. Every one is a scar from a renovation. Proof of a body nobody designed. Just patched and patched again by builders who were never allowed to start over. And that nerve in your chest? Still going the long way round. Right now. You're not badly built. You're just very, very old.